If you are over 40, in debt, and every bill feels like another punch, stop trying to build the perfect budget tonight. You may not need a budget yet. You may need a money emergency room. Because when money is bleeding every week, a budget is not the first thing that saves you. First, you stop the bleeding. And in the next 72 hours, there are only 3 leaks I want you to find. Day 1, late fees. Day 2, silent payments. Day 3, emotional spending. That is it. Not a full retirement plan, not a complicated spreadsheet, not a change your whole life by Monday challenge. Just 3 days, 3 leaks, and 1 goal. Get some control back, because when you are over 40 and money feels out of control, the problem is not always that you do not know what a budget is. You know what a budget is. You have probably tried one before. The problem is, your money may be leaking before it even gets a chance to work for you. And when that happens, you can write the prettiest budget in the world, but still feel broke, still feel anxious, still feel like the month is chasing you. So before you try to organize everything, you need to triage, like an emergency room. When someone comes into an emergency room, they do not start with a 5-year health plan. They ask one question first. What is the most urgent problem right now? That is what we are doing with your money. We are not fixing everything today. We are finding the bleeding. And the first place to look is late fees. Day 1. Find the fees. Late fees are one of the quietest ways money punishes you for already being under pressure. A bill comes late, a payment bounces, a credit card minimum gets missed, a bank fee hits, an overdraft charge appears, and now you are not just paying what you owed. You are paying extra because you were already struggling. That is financial bleeding. And after 40, you cannot keep giving money away to penalties, not because you are careless, but because every dollar needs a job now. So on day 1, open your bank account, open your credit card app, look at the last 30 days, search for words like fee, late, overdraft, interest, penalty, returned payment. Write them down, not to shame yourself, to see the wound, because a fee you do not notice will keep coming back. And sometimes the first win is not saving $500. Sometimes the first win is stopping $20 from disappearing again next month. That may sound small, but small leaks sink boats too. And if you are already behind, you cannot afford to ignore the small leaks. So day 1 is simple. Find the fees, circle them, highlight them, screenshot them. Do whatever helps you see them clearly. Then ask, which one of these can I stop from happening again? Maybe it means changing a due date. Maybe it means setting one reminder. Maybe it means calling the company. Maybe it means paying one bill 2 days earlier. Maybe it means moving one automatic payment away from the day your account is usually low. This is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Because when you stop paying penalties, you stop making your hard situation harder. Now, day 2, stop silent payments. Silent payments are the charges that leave quietly. They do not argue with you. They do not ask if this is still a good time. They just take the money. Streaming services, apps, subscriptions, memberships, storage, insurance, add-ons, old trials, monthly tools, tiny payments you barely notice one by one, but feel when the account gets low. And here is the truth. Some of them may have made sense before, but they may not make sense now. So on day 2, go through your bank statement line by line and ask one question. Would I choose this again today? Not last year, not when I signed up, not when life felt different. Today. If the answer is yes, keep it. If the answer is no, pause it, cancel it, downgrade it, or put it on a watch list. This is not about becoming cheap. This is about becoming awake, because sometimes the money you need is already in your life. It is just being taken by things you no longer use, no longer value, or no longer remember signing up for. And if you are over 40, trying to catch up, that matters. Because you do not just need more money. You need to stop losing the money you already have. So day 2 is not make a perfect budget. Day 2 is stop silent payments. Take back money that is leaving without a fight. Now day 3, emotional spending. And this one is sensitive because people love to shame this part. But I am not here to call you careless. A lot of people spend emotionally because they are tired, stressed, lonely, overworked, embarrassed, disappointed, or just trying to feel a little relief. Sometimes the purchase is not really about the item. It is about the feeling. A little comfort, a little control, a little escape, a little moment where life does not feel so heavy. And I understand that. But here is the hard truth. Relief that keeps you broke is not really relief. It is a delay, and the bill always comes back. So on day 3, we are not saying you can never spend again. That is too extreme, and it usually does not last. Instead, use the 24-hour pause rule. Before any unplanned purchase, wait 24 hours. Just 24 hours. If you still need it tomorrow, come back to it. But many urges lose power when they have to wait because the urge is loud in the moment. It says, you deserve this. You need this. This will make you feel better. It is only a little money. But tomorrow, the same purchase may not feel so urgent. That pause gives your future self a chance to speak. And when you are rebuilding after 40, you need that pause. Not because you cannot enjoy life, but because your money cannot keep being pulled around by stress. So the 72-hour money emergency plan is this. Day 1, find the fees. Day 2, stop silent payments. Day 3, use the 24-hour pause rule. That is your emergency room, not forever, not your whole financial plan, just the first 72 hours. Because when money feels chaotic, you do not need to fix your whole life at once. You need to create breathing room. And that is what most people are missing. Not intelligence, not discipline. Breathing room. You are trying to make smart decisions while feeling cornered. And when people feel cornered, they avoid. They panic, they spend, they freeze, they say, I will deal with it next week. Then next week becomes next month. And next month becomes another year. So no, I am not telling you to build a perfect budget tonight. Not yet. Tonight, I want you to find one leak. Just one. One fee, one subscription, one automatic payment, one spending habit, one place where money is leaving and giving you nothing back. Stop one leak. That is the win. Because momentum does not always begin with a huge plan. Sometimes it begins with one quiet decision. And if you are over 40, in debt, with little or no savings, please hear this clearly. You are not stupid. You are not lazy. You are not too late. But you do need to stop treating a money emergency like it can wait forever. Start with the leak, not the dream. Not the perfect retirement number, not the big plan that overwhelms you, the leak. Because once you stop the bleeding, then a budget makes more sense, then saving makes more sense, then paying down debt makes more sense, then planning for the future makes more sense. But first, you need control. Now here is what comes next. Complete these 72 hours. Do day 1, day 2, day 3. Find your leaks. Stop them. Then come back to this channel because there is a second 72-hour video waiting for you. Why? Because for some of you, the bleeding is not just on the spending side. For some of you, the bleed is on the income side. A job loss, a divorce, a health crisis, a career that never paid enough, and stopping a late fee or canceling Netflix won't fix being $2,000 short on rent. That is real. And that needs a different kind of emergency room. So here is your call to action. Right now, 1. Do these 72 hours. Find one fee. Cancel one subscription. Pause one emotional purchase for 24 hours. 2. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video, because that's where we stop the bigger leaks together. 3. Come back and tell me, I stopped one leak. Not because everything is fixed, but because you took back control of one piece, and one piece is how rebuilding starts. I will see you in the next video. Don't worry, small actions compound. You are still becoming after 40, and the change is worth it.